I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. I don't even get on YouTube no more, but I gotta talk about this one. We gotta talk about this one. The Dallas Mavericks, bro. Like, they made a very, very, very dumb decision today. A very, very, very dumb decision today. You can't decide, you can't back a GM and decide that you're gonna go a whole completely different direction with the timeline and with the team, and then just not even a year later just let the guy go. Like, you didn't let his vision come to fruition. I'm very disappointed in the Mavericks organization. Very disappointed in the Mavericks organization for the decision they made to let go of Nico Harrison. Why do I say that? Nico Harrison is a 4-year GM and has made the Western Conference Finals out of 2 of the 4 years that he's been at the helm, right? Luka or no Luka, they made the finals. The Western Conference Finals one time, the finals one time, right? Well, really twice for the Western Conference Finals, but that's another subject for another day. Luka Doncic, you decided to move off of him, right? And let's get to the reality, because the Luka cult is gonna say that he's the greatest player ever. He's the greatest offensive player since, whatever. I give him his props. I give him his flowers. He's one of the greatest offensive players we've ever seen. Defensively, it makes sense to move off of Luka Doncic, especially if you're on the timeline like the Mavericks. The reason why they were obliterated in that finals, barely even won one game. They were lucky to win one game. The reason why they were obliterated in that finals is no other than your boy, who is a cone on defense, complete liability. Don't get me wrong, he's a great offensive juggernaut. I give it to him, but his usage is very, very high. Very, very high. That's something you're going to have to come up off of in a couple years. That style of play is not sustainable and not a championship style of play. It's just not. It's just not. Let's look at James Harden's years from like 2014 to 2019, 2020 on the Rockets. Very electric player. Very electric player. Does everything the right way, except for on defense. It's not team basketball. You're not gonna win basketball through one player, playing through one player every game, and that's your whole game plan. That's not the way to win the championship. And Nico Harrison knows basketball. He understands that. Y'all, you just didn't at least let Kyrie come back and let's see how the season plays out before you just move off of the guy like that. Like, the fans are going to feel how the fans feel. Most fans don't understand basketball. They just know that Luka is the team, the identity of the team, and they're sad that their identity was just abruptly taken from them, in which I understand. If I was a casual fan, I would feel the same way. So I don't really blame people for feeling like that. But as somebody who knows the game, understands the game, he brought his knowledge to the program. Everyone in the organization understood what the deal was, and you just move off of him like that. Like, that's half-stepping, bro. If you're going to commit to something, you got to go all in. You can't just make a decision like that and just say a year later that, we're so messed up. Just act like he was the only one who did it. Patrick Dumont, in the Adelsons, y'all have to sign off on every trade that comes through and goes out. I got to sign off on it. So if you were going to fire him, you should have just told him before you even made the trade. Just no, we're not going to do it. And he probably would have left. But instead, you want to, do things, or they want to do things their way, the Mavericks. And they're left in a way more terrible situation than it was before they even, before all these players got hurt. And mind you, it was already a big chance that this season was going to be riddled by injuries, in which it has been. Because it was like that last season. At the end of the day, you can't. That's not a move you make, man. That's not firing Nico. That was not the answer. Not the guy who brought you to who made 50% of Western Conference Finals in his whole tenure of being a GM. That just makes no sense, bro. He's too elite of a GM. He's an elite GM. You can call me what you want. You can say what you want. Nico Harrison is an elite GM. He knows the game. He knows how to construct a roster. The only thing that is making him look bad right now is the injuries. If the injuries were not in play right now, we all know the Mavericks will be in the top 4 seed right now, just cruising to the playoffs, ready. Because they got those players on the Mavericks are championship DNA caliber players. If they go to the playoffs, I don't care if they're 8 seed. They're going to win 3 or they're going to take whoever's the first seed to 7 games, without a doubt. Just off of the championship caliber they have on the team. It makes no sense. That's a team that you just got to just let them get to the playoffs. When Kyrie came back, they probably would have won 15 games in a row and been consistently winning. I just don't understand the move. I know that it was pressure on the organization because it was increasing fire Nico chance. It was uncomfortable for, the Mavericks at the home games. I understand that. I understand all of that. But that's just a move you don't make. Now, Nico will book it. Nico will get another job. And when he gets another job, his team will be right back to where they were because Nico's he's a basketball savant. He knows what he's talking about. And the Adelsons know that he knows what he's talking about. They just had to save their pockets and they had to save their image. Because moving off of Luka was the right thing to do at the time. He would have been the highest paid player by a big margin. I mean, that's $400 million they would have been giving Luka over 5 years. It would have depleted the team. No good role player. Y'all think that 2024 was the final. That was the only finals they probably were gonna make after that. Let's be honest here. But like I said, if y'all think that the Mavericks can make another finals after 2024, let me know if y'all think the Lakers can make a finals this year or any of these years. I don't think the Lakers had a potential to make the finals. They just don't. Their team is a regular season built team. They're meant to thrive in the regular season. They don't have too many. They got an old LeBron, a Luka, and an Austin Reeves who is not a playoff performer. He's just not. He's not, and he's proved it time and time again. So at the end of the day, I just don't understand how you move on from Nico Harrison. You gotta let a man like that. You gotta let him cook. Sometimes when you make a move, it don't flourish out in the first couple years. You gotta let it. You gotta let moves like that simmer. Let it simmer. You know what I mean? You can't just do. That's just something you don't do. The Mavericks. That's just something you don't do. But yeah, man, I had to get that off my chest. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man.